Hi, Dr. Rebecca. We're talking about the role of trauma in our bodies and healing from trauma. Again, I will share I'm not a licensed mental health provider, but this information can be helpful for anyone who is interested in reading the book The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel Vanderkolk. These notes are my own from attending a workshop at Kripalu several weeks ago. So when we talk about something like PTSD or a traumatic event, really what it means in common sense language is that the body and the brain are unaware that a trauma incident has passed. This happens, or PTSD or traumatic experience happens when the event is over, and at the time of the event, the brain is overwhelmed and unable to cope. So whether that be too much stimulation, overstimulation, threat detection levels are high, and that type of thing. Trauma can also cause you, kind of like what are the after effects of this, cause you to have very distinct parts. So I thought that was really interesting. As I've worked with many individuals who've had many distinct parts. They'll have a part of themselves that, is happy-go-lucky, cheery, nothing's wrong, and then another part of themselves that may show up at another session. So these are all very helpful things to know, whether you yourself are experiencing these symptoms or feel as though you show up this way, or if you know someone who is too. It can be a component of it. So these distinct parts, there may be certain aspects where individuals even subconsciously or consciously blame themselves for either certain things that have happened, or for acting a certain way, or for a certain emotion. And again, these parts of ourselves can sometimes be kind of fractionated off. That also falls a little bit under that umbrella, to my understanding, of dissociation, so where we can have separate parts of ourselves, different experiences of who we are and our experience of ourselves in the world. The other thing I wanted to share are key strategies. So in my own work, in working with my body and working through some experiences that I've had in my life in the past, kind of talking through sequentially some ideas to work through some trauma experiences. Number one, really, I will say that it's best to work with a professional. So someone with a psych degree, a psychologist, a mental health counselor, social worker, that would really possibly be the best person to work with if you are looking to unlock and do a lot of this work. But if you are interested in doing, something on your own, or at least to start, you can think of finding a sensation, right? So you might conjure up an idea, something that's happened to you, or something that feels uncomfortable. First, you want to find the feeling. So the intention of this is really to get into the body. So we know that from the last post, trauma, according to Dr. Vanderkolk, lives in the body. It's a right brain thing, not a left brain thing. We can logic our way all we want. We can find the narrative. We can find the story. And that is all good and helpful, but it also lives within our nervous system. So in order to unlock that, we really want to get inside the body. And what Dr. Vanderkolk shared is that quite often these experiences are painful or they're uncomfortable. So it's not necessarily something that anyone really wants to do. So that might be something to notice too, if there's any kind of like an aversion to an experience that you may have. So for one, you want to find the feeling, okay? Find it in your body. So for example, you might find, like, if you feel a knot in your stomach, or if you feel a tightness kind of at the sternum or something like that, find the feeling and then you notice it. And then stay there. So stay with the feeling, stay with the sensation, and then just try to become curious about what happens next. So one of the reasons that I love these concepts so much is because these are things that yoga teachers, meditation teachers, people who practice yoga, people who practice meditation are kind of already starting to do. So that's one reason why it is in the evidence, in the literature, yoga and meditation can help tremendously with moving trauma through the body. So again, I'm Dr. Rebecca. If you made it this far, you are awesome and you're really interested in this stuff. Like, subscribe, and share this post. Talk soon.